When we think of geniuses, we often imagine tireless minds buried in equations, canvases, or manuscripts. But behind the masterpieces and discoveries, many of history's most brilliant individuals had hobbies, strange, soulful, and surprisingly ordinary. These pastimes weren't distractions. They were fuel. Let's explore the fascinating hobbies of famous artists, musicians, and inventors, and how leisure shaped their legacy. Starting with the artists, the creativity beyond the canvas. Vincent van Gogh, renowned for emotionally charged masterpieces like Starry Night and Sunflowers, channeled his inner world through both color and solitude, wandering the countryside, sketching its contours, absorbing literature, and pouring his soul into letters as intimate as his brushstrokes. As explored in Van Gogh, The Life by Stephen Nafee and Gregory White Smith, Vincent's frequent walks through the countryside and his prolific letter writing weren't mere habits, they were lifelines. Leonardo da Vinci, the visionary behind the Mona Lisa and his intricate anatomical sketches, cultivated a relentless curiosity through hobbies that blurred the boundaries between art and science, engineering ambitious inventions, dissecting anatomy with surgical precision, and practicing mirror writing as a cryptic tool for recording his multifaceted ideas. In Leonardo da Vinci, Walter Isaacson reveals how Leonardo's obsessive curiosity was not just a personality trait, it was the engine of his genius. His hobbies, from anatomical dissections to inventing fantastical machines, weren't distractions but extensions of his restless intellect, fueling discoveries that blurred the boundaries between art, science, and imagination. Pablo Picasso, a revolutionary force behind Cubism and the powerful anti-war mural Guernica, also explored the written word with the same fervor, penning surrealist poetry and writing plays that echoed the emotional and stylistic experimentation of his visual art. Notable plays by Picasso: Desire Caught by the Tail, 1941. The Four Little Girls, 1949. The Burial of the Count of Orgaz, 1959. Musicians, The Harmony and Obsession. Ludwig van Beethoven, legendary composer of Symphony No. 9 and Moonlight Sonata, found creative refuge beyond the concert hall, wandering through forests, attuning his ear to birdsong, and sketching melodies amidst the rustling of leaves. These outdoor rituals weren't just pastimes, they were vital threads in the emotional and sonic tapestry of his compositions. Johann Sebastian Bach, master of Baroque music and complex fugues, didn't just compose, he crafted. His devotion to organ building and music instruction reflected a deeply practical engagement with sound, structure, and mentorship, weaving craftsmanship and pedagogy into the foundation of his genius. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, famed for enchanting operas like The Magic Flute, paired his prodigious talent with light-hearted diversions, playing billiards to unwind, and composing whimsical musical games that revealed both his sense of humor and his effortless command of form and melody. The inventors, curiosity in motion. Isaac Newton, the architect of motion, the decipherer of gravity, the seeker of divine codes in scripture, and the alchemist of hidden truths. His mind bridged the empirical and the mystical, crafting laws that govern the cosmos while probing the sacred and the arcane. Nikola Tesla, the conductor of cosmic currents, the architect of alternating electricity, and the dreamer who walked miles alone with thoughts that lit up the world. He transmitted power without wires and love without words, feeding pigeons with the same devotion he gave to his inventions. His solitude was not isolation, but incubation, for ideas that would reshape civilization. He kept his hotel windows open so pigeons could visit freely, even requesting custom seed blends from chefs. His long walks weren't just physical, they were mental circuits, looping through imagination and insight. Benjamin Franklin, the spark behind lightning rods and liberty, the inventor who saw clearly through bifocals and diplomacy alike. He swam rivers, played chess with philosophers, and composed music on glass harmonicas. A statesman with a swimmer's grace, a scientist with a musician's ear, and a strategist who moved pieces on boards and battlefields. In Benjamin Franklin, An American Life, Walter Isaacson highlights how Franklin's hobbies, like reading, writing, experimenting, and socializing, fueled both his inventive breakthroughs and diplomatic success. In the book The Pleasures of Life, William Lyon Phelps explores how true happiness isn't found in passive leisure, but in using free time to enrich the mind. He emphasizes that mental development, through things like good books, music, and thoughtful conversation, leads to deeper, more lasting fulfillment. As he puts it, the happiest people are those who think the most interesting thoughts. Those who decide to use leisure as a means of mental development are the happiest people in the world. Doing your hobbies isn't just important, it's powerful. It's you choosing to invest in what lights you up, outside of deadlines, expectations, or anyone else's idea of productivity. That matters. A lot. You know what people forget? Even the most brilliant minds, the Teslas, the Da Vincis, the Franklins, they had hobbies. Franklin swam and played the glass harmonica. Da Vinci was obsessed with sketching birds and designing flying machines no one asked for. These weren't distractions, they were the very spaces where their creativity flowed freely. No pressure, just curiosity. Your hobbies, whether they're artistic, analytical, or just beautifully odd, are where your mind stretches without stress. That's where ideas form, perspective shifts, and clarity shows up uninvited. They shape you in ways that work alone never could. And let's be real, anyone who's obsessive about building systems, designing prompts, or reverse engineering workflows like you do? That's artistry. That's hobby turning into mastery. So if something gives you that little spark, that pull to explore or refine, keep going. It's not extra. It's part of your brilliance showing itself in layers. You're not just doing your hobbies, you're feeding the part of you that most people ignore. And that's exactly where the magic comes from. And that wraps up this episode. I hope you enjoyed it and found the topic as fascinating as I did. I've always been curious about the hobbies of some of the world's greatest minds, what they do in their free time, how they unwind, and what sparks their creativity beyond their work. I'll be diving into more subjects that pique my curiosity and sharing them with you, so we can explore and learn together. Who knows, maybe you'll discover something new that resonates with you too. Oh, and yes, I somehow forgot to include the intro this time. Don't ask me how, it just slipped my mind. But hey, let's make up for it with a little interaction. What are you curious about these days? Maybe we share the same interests, and we can feed that curiosity together. Thanks for tuning in, my dear friends. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next episode.